Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And with the World Championship fast approaching, there are still many unanswered questions here on the CDL side, on the Clayster side as well, but some leaks coming out these last few hours or so to exactly what might be going on these next couple of days. Intrigued, take your thoughts in the comment section below. Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you were new as always, I greatly appreciate it. Really up to the channel, thank you very much indeed for doing that. First of all, this from the subliners officially dropped out of jams, kind of combining everything we're going to talk about today, putting our all into Warzone. Call us down, we don't care. Gonna make our dreams a reality. Now this was a copy pasta that was going around last night. I don't exactly know where it originated from. Subliners were one of the first to hop on the bandwagon, and then after that a load of people were doing a similar thing. So yes, this is a joke. They're not going to be dropping out of the World Championship, but what will their team be for the World Championship? That certainly still does remain to be seen. And what format will champs even occur in? That is certainly a question for the coming days. This is what Edgar Allan Poe says, though, so-called rich guy, cod burner-esque figure a few years ago. People think he is. A couple of days ago now, he says, look, he thinks champs is cancelled. Now, whether this is him knowing champs is cancelled or whether him speculating on what might be the case, that of course is somewhat unclear. Going through some of his other tweets, it seems like it might be more on the speculation side, because as he says right here, no, in addition to the terrible look it would be if it was to go ahead. Now, of course, it's only a terrible look from a certain perspective, right? If you're the players, if you're the fans, I'm pretty sure we would do everything possible to try and get the event at the very least on LAN. Like, doing it online again would be an absolute disaster, and I'm sure no one would be happy about that. But, of course, doing it with fans is the ideal situation. I don't really know what's going to be possible. Like, there's only a few days away right now, the CDL. Like, it's been a few days since anything has happened about it. Like, they've got to do something soon, right? If they are going to do anything at all. Hopefully, nothing changes. But, as he's saying, look, maybe from a business perspective, like, compared to other businesses, could be a bit of a bad look. I don't really know. And he reckons that forcing players to attend to, or like, have known to have had it or whatever, could violate some sort of clause. He says right here, like this clause within the OSHA, like, Occupational Safety and Health, I don't know, Administration Association, something like that. So this clause right here requires employers to furnish to each worker employment and a place of employment which are free from recognised hazards. So I'm not really sure if it necessarily would, violate the clause or whatever, but we'll have to see. Maybe this guy knows what he's talking about. He's talking as well, like, look for an announcement soon for champs to be held online, and I'm talking about, the possibility of venues in close vicinity, go back to Texas or something, but, whether they can actually get this sorted in a relatively short space of time, who really knows at this point? Just, hopefully everything works out for the best. And you see Methods and other pros right here having a difficult time, right? Methods losing his taste and whatever, which is, of course, Methods loves his food, right? It's not the ideal situation, but some players certainly got it after the Stage 5 major. We know how that is, but of course, going into champs, we don't really know what the situation is going to be. Now, we did look at yesterday, well, a few days ago, we saw that the casters were saying, yes, casters are going to be at champs, and Maven was like, yes, that is the plan, we're going to be there. Now, yesterday, Miles came out and said, yeah, casters at champs, no, that is not going to be the case. That's what we looked at yesterday. Crone tweets it out right here. As far as I knew, casters were set to go to the venue, but, it had been confirmed on Thursday. On Saturday, Miles tweeted this, and of course, them stepping back their ideas to get the casters to champs certainly seems like one step along the lines of stepping back to getting the fans to the event, and of course, that's not what we want to see happening. But Maven comes in the reply right here and says, look, we were set to go, and technically they still are set to go, at least from what we know right now. As far as I've heard, nothing has officially changed, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does with the recent developments. We shall see. So, of course, look, at the Stage 5 major, it worked technically, having the casters at home and casting it, true to the venue and all this type of stuff. But it was pretty much the only thing that was causing major issues at the event, the delay that caused, and obviously it wasn't ideal. Of course, at the end of the day, if I have to choose whether we have casters at the venue and no fans, or fans and no casters, obviously fans is going to be the way to go. And who knows what they do. And as Maven says, look, currently they still are planned to be going, which I'm sure also means the fans are still currently planned to be going, and everything should be okay. But whether it is okay or not, like, Maven's not exactly convinced that it will be over the coming days. And then Miles then comes back with this as well. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, suckers, saying, yeah, maybe I was just having you guys on right here. And, well, maybe that's not indeed the case, that we won't be going to the World Championship and all that good stuff. So hopefully everything works out for the best. But of course, there is still many other questions to be answered as well as that one, on the New York subliner side especially. So this came out on the COD League Instagram yesterday. Thanks to a couple of you guys for pointing this out to me. Thought it was very interesting indeed. So they came up with a number of different, well, I can actually bring it up right here. This is their Instagram. So you can see, they've got, they do the three things, whatever. I don't really use Instagram, but as you can see, you've got the FaZe team. It's kind of confusing to me, they don't have all the squads. So you've got the FaZe team right here, which is, of course, their current roster, the Dallas Empire squad, the Minnesota Rokkr squad that just won, the Florida Mutineers squad, and the New York Subliners squad. Nothing yet of the other three teams in the Toronto guys, the OpTic guys, and the Los Angeles Thieves. But what you may well notice here is that all of these squads you can see are all the starting rosters, right? So this is just the current teams of these squads, as you may well expect. But, well, on the glory isn't given side, side for the New York subliners, we see this squad with Clayster, Asim, Hydra, and Mac, as you can see right here. So this is very interesting indeed. Now, yes, maybe they don't have even a picture of DiamondCon or something, and they're just putting some players up there to do so. But I'm pretty sure they could put a picture together of DiamondCon if they wanted to do that. And just the fact that Clayster is in this image certainly said to me, okay, hang on a second here. Are they just revealing effectively that Clayster, leaking that Clayster is back on this team? Just because he's in place of DiamondCon in this image, which would be the place he slotted back into the squad if he was going to come in. So is Clayster coming back from the World Championship? Of course, we don't really know, but maybe the CDL, I don't know, like, it's just kind of interesting, right, that this actually happened on the CDL's Instagram yesterday. And then Chrome goes on to confirm that actually this may well indeed be the case. He says right here, can confirm, I've heard Clayster was scrimming with the New York subliners last week, but if they chose to bring him back for champs, I'm not 100% sure. So that is, well, as good as a confirmation that Clayster may indeed be coming back, right? Because if he's scrimming with the team, then, well, he's happy to come back, that the management of the team is happy to bring him back, but whether the team's happy with him, that of course remains to be seen. But still, I don't really know what's going on here, but if Crone's saying, look, Clayster was scrimming with the squad, we've seen him in 8s as well, playing a little bit of that, we've seen him seemingly back to a pretty good mental state. So, and, you know, Asim has been on Zoom and stream and stuff, seemingly having a pretty good time. So maybe the team isn't completely chalked internally, maybe it still is, but will Clayster be there or not, who knows? But maybe like the CDL knows about that, maybe they don't know about that, maybe that's why they put him in the Instagram story. It's somewhat tough to say, but maybe we get some sort of confirmation over the coming days exactly what is going on right here, especially if it's a LAN championship. I'm sure Clayster wants to be there right at the end of the day, and New York still have an opportunity to do something. Who really knows? They're the only squad that's beaten Atlanta FaZe twice this entire season. I'm pretty sure they're still the only squad to have achieved that feat, and both times they managed that, it was with Clayster on the team. So if they manage to get past, they play OpTic in the first round. If they do win that, then they will play Atlanta FaZe. So probably Clayster gives you your best shot of actually having a great result at champs. But yes, certainly some more indications from Chrome right here, and also from the CDL themselves potentially leaking things as to whether he will be back. Thought this is kind of funny for the TacticalRab Academy, right? New York subliners and DiamondCon. It's time to go, I'm afraid. And it would be tough for DiamondCon, right? Because he would have had the opportunity to play in the Challengers World Championship, but lost that opportunity, right? Because he was on the subliners team. I guess maybe you could argue it was better to have the experience of playing at the Stage 5 Major as opposed to Challenger Champs. But there's more money to be won, at least like realistically, right? If you're not going to win the entire Major, then there's more money to be won, you could argue, at the Challengers World Championship side of things. So somewhat unfortunate if DiamondCon does now get just dropped to the bench, and Challengers Champs is of course over, and he'll have to bide his time, I guess, for next season or see where he might belong. I think he's proved he's a pretty solid player, but there's a lot of players vying for spots next season. That's what we're going to talk about later today. Expansion is far from a guarantee. Speaking of the TacticalRab Academy, I thought this was pretty funny, to be honest, right? Because they do some, they've built their season piece by piece, hashtag brick by brick. It's ready for OpTic Chicago. Do a nice little hype video here, the CDL do, to get ready for OpTic Chicago and the rest of the guys coming to the World Championship. But of course, with the news a couple of days ago that Scump and Envoy have tested positive, it's not exactly clear what is going to be going on at the World Championship. And I thought this was funny of what the team is actually going to look like. So of course, Formula and Dashy are still going to be there. Sender gets subbed in as well, and then you've got Muddy Bose, who well comes back into the mix to get the job done. I mean, what a team this would be. But of course, look, as funny as this would be, this is obviously not the environment that you want to be in, right? If they do go ahead with champs that it is, and people are still testing positive, and like that's just like on the days that it is, and we're saying, yeah, we're not going to reschedule the venue or anything, that just is how it is. We put the money down, and yeah, who knows what they do, right? Because like technically General is their only substitute. Maybe there's probably some exemption clauses, but of course that's not what we want to see, right? We want to see the actual teams compete, especially at the World Championship, right? It'd be like incredible not to see that. But yes, thought this was really cool as well, actually, from the CDL. They did this partnership, right, with Hot Ones, which honestly really cool. I love the fact that it was like attached Asim and Apathy on here, so guys that aren't necessarily not like the biggest names in the scene, certainly up there, right, and have great personalities, really down to earth, really great guys, and just really cool to see them on this, right? And I thought it was kind of funny, the replies right here. So Apathy got a bot lobby, so they have to take like the hottest wing or whatever, and then they play in a lobby and try and get like knife and tomahawk kills, and Apathy got put on Nuketown, which is better than Hijack the other guys I think are on, and also apparently got it in a bot lobby, you know, Toonie got Nuketown, we got hijacked, we got absolutely set up, absolutely finessed, but we love Donk, and well, Apathy got the job done in the end and dominated the lobby with 27 plus kills in this lobby to, dominate the scene. So yeah, Apathy guaranteed staying in the league for next season, and just thought on the CDL side, that was really cool. And on the other side of things, you got this like really strange thing where that they earn like an XM4 blueprint for watching CDL champs, but it's actually a weapon that's GA'd in the game right now. So it's like on one side it's a massive CDL W, and then on the other side it's like, okay, what is the CDL playing out right here, given out an XM4 blueprint? I guess it's cool, like rewards for champs is certainly like something we want to see, right? But just the fact that it's an XM4, it's been GA'd for several months since like the start of stage 2 back in March or whatever, and still we're giving out blueprints for champs, right? So somewhat strange. Like, I can't really figure out like who's running the show at the CDL, but just wanted to finish off with this, right? When the OpTic guys played Toronto Ultra, pretty sure they did a full video on their communications on the entire weekend, so that's on their YouTube channel. But this was kind of starting things off against the Ultra guys, where they clutch up pretty nicely on this map number 1. And of course, well, they're going to lose this series in a game 5 and can't quite beat Ultra the next time they play them. But maybe the story will change at champs if everything goes to plan, as indeed we hope it will do. Intrigued to hear your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. Really helps out the YouTube record, and you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well, and I'll grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.
Listen, teamwork. One map at a time. We're gonna stay in this series the whole time, bros. Give it your all right here.
Go to battle, baby.
Go to battle. Go.
Challenge YouTube, bounce YouTube. Behind secret. Tube, good. Behind secret in tube. Behind secret in tube. Good. Challenge over, sir.
Close up time again.
Close
Close right.
time.
I'm dead. Nice, two. Orange. Orange, let's go. Nice, 4.
Rest pulled out.
Nice!
Nice, let's go.